struggles have continued into this homestand. Game 2 tonight between the Orioles and the Twins. And the Twins, after a loss last night, really struggling with men in scoring position. And the veterans and the rookies alike really had a tough time getting anything done when they had scoring opportunities last night. And so they'll hope for a better result tonight. Nick Markakis with an 8-game hitting streak, swinging a hot bat for the Orioles, and he's one of their better players, and the Twins hope to control him in Game 2 here tonight. And it's a hot, muggy night here at Target Field. Dick Bramer, along with Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven. A year and a half ago when the Twins acquired J.J. Hardy, they were hoping to get a shortstop who was reliable in the field and provided some pop at the plate. Now, he was hurt most of the year last year with the Twins, but that's exactly the shortstop that the Orioles are getting this year.
Yeah, you know what? J.J. Hardy hit 50 home runs in 2 seasons with the Milwaukee Brewers back in 2008, 2009. Last year with the Twins, he had some injuries, some wrist injuries. Well, not this year. You see Hardy, great numbers, and last night put on a nice display of his power, hitting his 24th home run.
Well, we've been awfully lucky here over the last 20, 25 years. We've seen some great center field play. Kirby Puckett, Torrey Hunter, Denard Span when he was out there last year. But Ben Revere in his rookie season is putting on quite a show.
He really is. I mean, you look at this guy, he utilizes his speed and to catch up with a lot of balls. That little juggling act right there. You know, we've seen him dive for balls. We've seen him go straight back for balls, come in on some balls and make some great catches. And then in that Yankee series, one over his shoulder, maybe just prepared him for what he was able to do in last night's ball game. Off the bat of Vladimir Guerrero, he goes back, and what a catch right there for Ben Revere. We've seen a lot of great catches by this young man.
Amazing that he did not get hurt and that the ball stayed in his glove after it hit the wall. We'll see what we have in store for you tonight. Game 2 between the Twins and the Orioles, and we'll get reaction to Ben's memorable catch last night. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Welcome back to Target Field. The Twins and the Orioles. Game 2 of a 4-game set. Just about ready to start. Last night's catch by Ben Revere was unbelievable. He's made some brilliant catches all season. We talked to Ron Gardner. He compared it to some of the greats before him, guys like Kirby Puckett and Torrey Hunter. We brought that up with Mr. Revere, and here was his reaction.
I watched those guys so much, even Torrey while I was younger. You know, just watch him in the Metrodome, just diving all over the place, robbing home runs left and right. It's just him and Denard. You know, watching him on TV last year and year before, just being on top 10 almost every time. It's just I just learned from that and just watch their games, how they prepare themselves every day for it, and that's what I've been doing. Luckily, it's been working out the same way as like they've been doing it.
Twins will try to get some run support for Brian Dunsing. They welcome back to the lineup Justin Morneau. He's the designated hitter. Dunsing and the Twins. First pitch right after this.
And another big crowd here at Target Field. Twins hoping to start winning some ball games at home. They won just once against the Yankees, lost the opener here last night. The long homestand off to a rough start. Twins will try to finish it off strongly with 6 more games left here. The Oriole batting order brought to you by Menards has J.J. Hardy leading off. Nick Markakis batting second. Adam Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, Matt Wieters, Mark Reynolds, Robert Andino, Nolan Reimold, and Ryan Adams.
Well, I don't care how your season's going, you want to start pitching better, and that's what Brian Dunsing needs to do. August has been a struggle, 0-4 in his 4 starts, with an ERA at 6.75, 24 innings pitched in the 4 starts, 36 hits allowed, and 8 of those left the ballpark. He's making his second career start against the Orioles. Last year, he started the season bullpen, made 39 relief appearances, finally got into that rotation, and his first start last year was against the Orioles. Got a no decision, pitched very well for 5 innings.
J.J. Hardy leading things off. And the first pitch up and away, ball 1. Hardy, Markakis, and Jones.
And this is Dunsing's just second career start against the Orioles.
Line to left. And a nice running catch in left by Jason Kubel. One away. Twins defense has Kubel in left for the second game in a row. Revere and Cuddyer the other outfielders. Valencia, Plouffe at short again tonight. Hughes and Maurer at first. Drew Gutierrez behind the plate. Justin Morneau back in the lineup as the Twins designated hitter.
Well, you know what was so cool about Ben Revere's catch last night is his reaction after he started running in is like he himself said, "Wow." And that's what all the teammates said.
He
wow.
said it about 4 times as he was running into the dugout. 1 strike to Markakis. Half swing and a strike. Tried to check it, and it's 0-2.
Well, it's not left-handed hitters that have been giving Dunsing a problem. It's the right-handers. He's given up 19 home runs, 18 to right-handed hitters. Left-handers hitting only 219 off of them. Slider just missing down and away.
His last really good start was at the end of July in Texas. 2-2, 6 2/3, 7 hits, just 1 run. And he picked up the win in Arlington. Twins split that 4-game series. 2-2. And again inside 3-2.
Oh, even though Pavano pitched well last night, he just didn't get a lot of run support. He gave up the 2 solo home runs, but really you go back since after the All-Star break, the Twins are 14-24. And Pavano has yet to win a ball game. Blackburn now on the disabled list. He has not won. The starting staff has not pitched well at all.
Little pop-up short left field. Kubel coming in. 2 down. Hot and muggy. Just the way baseball players like it. Beautiful night for baseball. At least it's the way baseball announcers like it.
Yeah, beautiful evening.
2 down.
I mentioned the Twins are 14-24. The starters are 7-19 with a combined ERA at 5.33. You're not going to win too many ball games with that type of record.
Here's Adam Jones. And you can say, well, Blackburn and Baker are on the disabled list, but the poor pitching started when they were both in the rotation and healthy. It really has nothing to do with the fact that Swarzak and Slowey are going to fill out 2 spots in the rotation.
Yeah, the only starters that have won games since the All-Star break, Liriano's won 4 times, Baker once, and Pavano Dunsing a couple times.
1-1 to Adam Jones, and 2-1.
And these are the counts that he's gotten into trouble with. When he's behind in a count, he'll come in with a fastball, and he's trying it down and away, but then he misses his spot. Now he's going in with a fastball and falls behind. The walk to inning pitch ratio isn't bad. 44 walks, 3 intentional in 144 innings pitched.
3-1 to Jones, and a check swing foul. Yeah, he's made 7 starts since the All-Star break and walked 8 guys, so that's not that bad. But sometimes a lack of control shows up in the hits allowed when you have hitting counts rather than pitching counts.
Yeah, 41 2/3 innings since the All-Star break, 59 hits allowed.
Well, he makes Jones look foolish on that breaking pitch, and he has a 1-2-3 first inning. Target Field, no score after a half inning. And the Twins batting order brought to you by Menards, of course. Ben Revere leading off, Trevor Plouffe second, Joe Mauer third, middle of the lineup. Morneau back in there as the DH. Then Kadire and Tubal, Valencia, Hughes, and Butera.
Alfredo Simon on the mound for the Orioles, 3-6 on the year, making his 9th start, his 16th appearance. He didn't join the Orioles until the latter part of May. He had some personal problems in the Dominican Republic, making his first career start against the Twins. Now, the Twins have seen a little bit of him, only 4 2/3 innings and 4 relief appearances. He has a couple career saves, but now put in that starting rotation because the Orioles have needed arms in that starting rotation. A lot of guys on a disabled list. Some guys just didn't work out, like Chris Tillman, of getting the ball over the plate.
1-1 to Revere. Up and away, 2-1.
Talking to Jim Palmer about Simone, and he said, you know, his key is get ahead with the fastball, and then if it does that, then he's got a nasty split finger. He can pick up some strikeouts.
Inside, 3-1. You mentioned his personal problem. Somebody's dead in the Dominican Republic, and Simone has been implicated in the death. And they don't know whether he's going to be facing murder charges down there or not.
Yeah, it happened New Year's Eve, and spent a couple months in jail. He's very, very happy to be out and playing here in the United States.
3-2 to Revere, as we've seen him do. He takes a lot of pitches, particularly in the first at bat of every game. And on a couple of hops to second, Adams makes the play, 1 away. Let's check out the Orioles out in the field. Nolan Reimold, Adam Jones, Nick Markakis, the outfielders. Left side of the infield, Andino and Hardy. Right side, Adams and Reynolds. And Matt Wieters back behind the plate. One gone, here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe, the couple of hits in the ball game last night, and a day of stability in the field. The ball was hit to Plouffe a few times, and he turned them into outs. The Twins want to see more of that as he gets really, it looks to me, a second opportunity to be the shortstop for the Twins.
Yeah, Nishioka right now out with a bad back, also a little bit of a sore oblique muscle pull.
Little dribbler to third. And low throw, and unable to scoop the throw is Reynolds. A low throw by Andino, and Plouffe should get an infield hit.
Yeah, Reynolds played a lot of third base. Now, you know, he's over there playing first. He's made 23 errors, but Andino comes in, makes a nice play. The throw just short hops Reynolds, and Reynolds, you know, this kind of new to him over there, unable to pick it on that little short hop.
Andino's throw was low,
yeah,
but that ball could very easily have been picked.
Yeah, he kind of jabbed at that, or threw his glove at it. But Plouffe gets an infield base hit.
He got one like that last night. And here is Mauer. Drove in the lone Twins run last night with a ground ball. Inside, ball 1. Average at 291, but not much power for Joe this year. Just the 1 home run and a handful of doubles. The strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, 74 hits for Joe Mauer and 254 at bats, 13 doubles, 1 home run. That coming in Texas. He's driven in 25 runs. He's done very well when he has been playing first base.
One and one for the Twins first baseman. 2-1. I mentioned the injuries the Orioles have had. They've had to move players or pitchers into the rotation, in and out of the bullpen, back and forth from the disabled list and their AAA team. It's just been a mess.
Well, you don't like to see clubs having to carry 13 pitchers, and that's what the Orioles have.
Plouffe takes off, and Mauer lifts it to left field. Reimold with the catch short of the warning track, and Plouffe hustles back to first, 2 down. And that'll bring up Justin Morneau. Morneau back in the lineup. Spent some time out of the lineup because of a foul ball right on top of the foot. Said he told me today he used to have a bone spur there right on top of the foot because he had fouled so many balls off the top of the foot. But he said in all honesty he hadn't had one like that in 5 years until the other night, and it's still sore.
Well, he wasn't wearing that pad when he did that. You know, a lot of hitters go up there automatically with that pad like Justin has on that right foot because they do that a lot. And I guess when you don't do it for a long time, you take it for granted. Hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. Well, that one hurt.
Plouffe takes off, and Wieters throw in time to get him. So Plouffe is thrown out. He gets an infield hit. Morneau will lead off the second inning as Simone technically faces just 3 men in the first. Hair. Beautifully clear, hot and muggy summer night, late summer night, I guess, with school starting here soon for kids all over Twins territory. I bet you weren't laughing 45, 50 years ago when you were going to school. When did it, in California, when did you start the school year?
I believe right after Labor Day.
Yeah. Minnesota, I think, has a state law where schools can't start before Labor Day. Big swing by Vladimir Guerrero, 1-1.
I live in Florida now. They've been in school for a couple weeks already.
I can't imagine that.
Well, we need that little extra education down there.
I can't imagine being stuck in a school building in August in Florida. It's going to be 120 degrees.
Well, they have air conditioning now.
Guerrero in the back of his mind saying, don't hit it to center.
It sure looked like this ball was going to leave the ballpark, but Ben Revere went straight back, and wow, what a catch.
And of course, you think when you see something like that, have I seen one better? And I was watching Game 6 of the '91 World Series when Puckett picked it off the plexiglass, and the stage was so large that you'd have to rate that the greatest catch in Twins history.
The way he leaped, Puck did, and timed it perfectly. That was an unbelievable catch at a great time. The Twins needed that.
In terms of athletic ability, though, I'm not sure I've ever seen one like the one last night. 2-2. And Guerrero is a half swing, and 3-2 is the count.
Jerry Lane, the crew chief down at first base, saying that Guerrero did not go around.
You had some great center fielders playing behind you. Puckett, one of them. Devon White, I think, was your center fielder with the Angels, right? 3-2 to Guerrero, and he flips a foul.
Well, you know what? Everybody talks about that catch, but nobody talked about Carl Pavano, who, you know, served it up right there and made Ben Revere a hero. How many times did I serve up a pitch where Puck had to jump over that little baggy fence out there and make a great catch? You time, it's Pavano. It's Pavano and Revere that did that. He let Guerrero just hit that ball right in the right spot to make a hero.
Be serious.
Ben Revere. When have I been serious?
3-2 to Guerrero. Back to the mound, and Dunsing knocks it down with his hand and throws it away. Now, whether the stinger he got in his hand had anything to do with the poor throw, he had all kinds of time. Guerrero long ago stopped running well, and they're going to look at Dunsing's hand now, with Dave Prumer and Ron Gardenhire coming out to the mound.
Well, when you put your hand out, we've seen Carl Pavano do that with his big paws. Do this before. You want to reach it, and it didn't look like it jammed the finger or anything. Probably hit the middle of the of his palm.
The way he looked at his hand right after the throw went into the dirt, you wonder whether he didn't bend it back or something.
Dave Prumer, I'm sure he'll get to throw a couple. Which he will.
Plate umpire Brian Knight.
Let's take another look at this ball going back at him. See how he catches this ball. Maybe push back a couple of his fingers right there. He threw that ball like a girl.
Well, Dunsing's going to stay in, and given the injury situation with the Twins' original starting rotation, Scott Baker, Nick Blackburn already on the disabled list.
Well, it'll be an error charge to Dunsing. And the ball going into the well or into the dugout.
There's Matt Wieters, who will hit with Guerrero at second, nobody out.
Okay, they give Guerrero a base hit. Excuse me.
No, they should not do that.
They should not, but they do. And an error on Dunsing to allow him going for first to second.
Bert, he was 25 feet away from first base.
Yeah.
Now a wild pitch, and Guerrero moves up to third base. So Dunsing felt he was well enough to pitch, but then the first pitch in the dirt and not blocked by Butera.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's not a base hit, an infield base hit for Guerrero. So hopefully the official scores will look at that again. He had plenty of time. Here's a breaking ball that Butera tried to knock down, but it ricocheted over to his right. Dunsing with his third wild pitch of the year.
So Wieters with a 1-0 count, and Guerrero at third, nobody out.
Wieters hitting .337 as a right-handed hitter. Last night hit a home run, but from the left side of the plate. Has 6 from the right side.
Tap foul, 1-1. See the splits. More than 100-point difference. Infield back, of course, for the Twins, and the ball driven into the right field corner past Mauer. And Wieters will try for 2. Pedier's throw is a strong one, but a little bit off target. And an error. And now a double by Wieters, and it's 1-0 Baltimore.
Well, the fastball up again. Wieters just taking that pitch the other way. His 21st double of the year, picking up his 45th run.
So a quick 1-0 lead for the Orioles here in the second. Still nobody out, and Mark Reynolds, the batter. Dunsing in need of a strikeout, and Reynolds is in that sense the perfect guy to have up there now, because he's second in the American League to Adam Dunn in striking out.
He struck out 147 times. There's strike one. Reynolds has never faced Brian Dunsing.
Popped up, out of play, 2 strikes.
funny that both these guys from the National League, Dunn and Reynolds, come over to the American League. Both of them strike out a lot. Reynolds, for the last 3 seasons prior to this year's, led the National League in strikeouts. 3 seasons with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Nobody happier about that than Curtis Granderson, who was always among the league leaders in the American League. He's 3rd right now, behind 2 guys who used to be in the National League. 1-2 to Reynolds. 2-2.
Well, one thing that they have, Adam Dunn, now Curtis Granderson and Reynolds, they have power. When they meet the ball with their bat and they have that uppercut swing, that ball will go a long way. Over 40 home runs one year for the Diamondbacks.
Great stop at 3rd by Valencia, and he won't be able to tag anybody. Wieters took off and slid in before Valencia could lay a tag on him. And Reynolds runs pretty well. Valencia aware that he didn't have a chance to throw him out at first.
Yeah, Danny right there. Now he looks, and then right there, by the time he reacted, Wieters sliding in safely. Willie Randolph, the third base coach. That probably saved a double right there, but now runners at first and third with nobody out.
And now Andino will hit, and the Twins are hoping to get a double play here, even if it means giving up another run. At the knees, a strike.
I think that's been Dunsing's biggest problem over his last 4 starts, is the multi-run innings he's allowed. You can give up 1 or 2, but boy, he's had some 3-4 run innings.
Outside, 1-1.
In his last start against the Yankees, he was up against C.C. Sabathia. Gave up 2 runs in the 3rd and then 3 in the 5th. Twins ended up losing that ball game 8-4.
Two and 1. Dunsing, 33 pitches, just 18 strikes. It's been a struggle for him. He had a 1-2-3 first inning, but an infield hit, a double, another infield hit, and the Orioles are threatening to put up one of those crooked numbers. 2 and 1. Popped up. And catch in short right field. Luke Hughes for the first out of the inning. Nolan Reimold will hit next. Time for our Sanford Health injury report. Cole Hamels with some left shoulder inflammation.
He missed a couple starts, so they pushed that back to August 13th, and he's actually eligible to be activated on Sunday. Pretty good race, or that the pitching staff that the Philadelphia Phillies have. They're 82-44, 6.5 game lead over the Atlanta Braves.
The best race in baseball is the National League West. Here's Nolan Reimold. That's hit a long way to left field. And it's gone. A 3-run home run for Reimold, and the Orioles jump out in front 4-0. Jumped all over the first pitch by Brian Dunsing.
Well, there's the problem that Dunsing's had in his last start. He gave up a 2-run home run to Mark Teixeira, a 2-run home run to Nick Swisher, followed by Andre Jones' solo home run. And here Reimold hits his 8th home run of the year. And it's a crooked number of 4 so far for the Orioles here in the top of the 2nd.
So 4-0, 1 out. Ryan Adams, the batter. And a strike on the outside corner. Adams will get a chance to play some at second base. Called up in time for this series, and Brian Roberts with some concussion issues, migraine headaches now.
Adams was called up earlier this year, had it played in only 9 ball games in about a month. Option back down, and he hits his ball sharply in the left center. This is going to be extra base hits.
Adams to second, and he's in with a double. And as Dunsing saw that pitch drilled to the gap, he looked at Drew Buter and kind of shrugged his shoulders in exasperation.
Well, for Adams, that's his first major league extra base hit. A fastball pretty much right there. So 5 hits so far this inning against Brian Dunsing.
Quick trip to the mound by Rick Anderson. Fox Sports North honors military members and their families with Operation Home Base, presented by Miller High Life. Give a veteran a piece of the high life. Join us every Sunday for special Operation Home Base broadcast. And this Sunday we'll be at the National Guard booth at the Minnesota State Fair. And show your support for the military by logging on to foxsportsnorth.com and clicking the Joining Forces logo to send your message of thanks. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hit a liner to Jason Kubel in the first inning. Curve outside, ball 1.
Boy, the way that Dunsing is missing, you're wondering if that ball that Guerrero with his left fingers, if it's still bothering him a little bit. Doesn't look as sharp. And every pitch has been pretty much right there, down the heart of the plate.
1-1. Punch to center, and that's going to die in front of Revere, and a base hit, but Adams doesn't advance.
He really had no place to go. He had to make sure that that ball fell in, or he'd be doubled up at second base. The way that Revere ran after that ball, it looked like maybe he was going to try to dive or catch this ball right off the end of the bat, and Revere right there pulls up and keeps the ball in front of him. And Adams really had no place to go. Ron Coomer's not anywhere he could go, is there?
Well, with 1 out, what you have to do is make sure you're off the base far enough to where you can get back if he catches it. But if the ball drops, you have to know that Ben Revere is not going to throw anybody out from middle center field. That's the problem. So right there, you got to get off the bag, at least a good 25-30 feet, and then if the ball drops, you're going to be safe. Just bad base running right there by Adams.
1-0 to Markakis. It just seems like the only pitch that Dunsing can throw for strikes is his fastball, and the Orioles are wise to that.
Orioles come in hitting .256 as a ball club, 6th best in the American League. They have some power, 148 home runs now.
2-1.
Not as much the offense that has been the biggest problem for the Orioles. Their just pitching staff is last in the American League.
John Russell used to be a coach in the Twin system, used to be a manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates on Buck Showalter's staff. 2-1. Off-speed pitch, tap foul, and at least Dunsing was able to get a strike with the curve.
Well, he hung it, and Markakis fouled it off. Dunsing making his 25th start, his 26th appearance. This is his 47th major league start. 23 wins, 17 losses.
Bouncer right side. Mauer flips to second. There'll be no throw. So Mauer to Plouffe to get the force play at second. 2 down. Runners now at first and third. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Ninth man to bat is Adam Jones.
Adam Jones is out of the ball game. This is Blake Davis, I believe.
Jones kind of swung awkwardly at strike 3. Twins didn't hit a ball to him in the bottom of the first inning. Lifted foul and out of play, so we'll try to get an update on Adam Jones, who's been Baltimore's best player this year. But he comes out, I believe, here in the second inning. I don't believe he left in the bottom of the first.
Blake Davis, 27 years old in his rookie season with the Orioles. Good breaking ball right there. Dunsing ahead in the count, 0-2. Blake started the season down in AAA.
Matt Angle.
Oh, Angle. I'm sorry.
2 strikes. And Dunsing strikes out Matt Angle, but gives up a 4 spot in the top of the second inning. 3 of them coming in on Nolan Reibold's 3-run homer.
Nothing as we head to the bottom of the second. Earlier today at Target Field, the Twins took their annual team picture, but there was a noticeable personality not in attendance.
Biggest thing about picture day is Bert didn't show up. Now that he's a Hall of Famer, we didn't get mooned. So really, that's the only difference we saw today is Bert didn't moon us out there. And I guess you can't do it if you're a Hall of Famer. I don't know.
The old big moon trick, the oldest trick in the book, Bert.
Well, you know what? I did not get the memo. I was actually in the shower when they were taking a picture at home until somebody called and said, hey, they're taking a team picture. I did not get the memo, and I apologize for that.
That's odd because I did get the memo.
You did?
But I didn't.
Why didn't you go out there for me then? We're partners.
That's true, but I don't think. I think that's your act. To moon the team.
Well, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed every year. You know, you go out there and you smile at everybody, and I did not get the memo. I apologize. I think they should reschedule the team picture again.
Just so you could
do what I need to do.
Yeah. 2-2 to Morneau here, leading off the second. Little pop up, and people need to know this is a long tradition that you've had in mooning the Twins during the team photo.
Well, I know. I think it was about 3 years ago. Nobody informed me of the team picture, and I came late. And I'm sorry, Gardy. I really am.
1 down. Here's Michael Cuddyer.
I'm sure there's a lot of players that are pretty happy I wasn't there, though. I am 60 years old. It has sunk a little bit.
Don't need to hear that. I can, well.
Okay, we'll stop there.
Cuddyer with 1 strike. And now a ball.
They said that Adam Jones left because of illness.
Okay. don't know. I just had the thought. Maybe
I
you
know.
moved the Baltimore
Maybe I got the wrong team. Yeah.
1-2. Simone staked to an early 4-0 lead now. Backhanded by Wieters. 2-2. Dropped down sidearm a little bit. Sounded like he got a cracked bat. And a ground out to third. 2 down. Bring up Jason Kubel. You can ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Dennis Elliott from Champaign, Illinois. Wondering, can you explain the difference between pitching from the windup and pitching from the stretch, and which one is more comfortable?
Well, as a former starter, I wanted to pitch out of the windup as much as possible, but with a runner on, you know, as a starter, normally then you have to go to the stretch. But so many relievers now come in and they start in the stretch because they feel, you know, that's where they feel better. I myself, I like the windup. I try to get the windup as much as possible. That's why I gave up so many home runs, so I can get back into the windup.
2 strikes to Kubel, and he takes inside. 1-2. So you would say almost invariably with men at third, when a pitcher has the option, stretch or wind up.
Depending on the situation, who's at third.
Kubel strikes. Simone has a 1-2-3 second inning.
Where's who on first?
Minnesota Twins baseball is brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. That's the Sea Life Aquarium at the Mall of America in Bloomington. The submersion tunnel passes 14 feet below the surface of the water. All sorts of living sea creatures. In fact, 4,500 of them. Sharks, stingrays, sea turtles, moray eels. And it's quite a sight to behold. 1-1 the count. Vladimir Guerrero leading off the third as he led off the second. Check swing foul. Now Guerrero hit the one hopper that Dunsing knocked down with his bare hand and then threw wildly into the camera well. And eventually the Orioles scored 4 times in the inning.
You see Guerrero, he doesn't use any batting gloves. Puts a little tape on some of the fingers.
3-2.
Ball just missing.
Line foul. always surprised when guys like Guerrero are still with a team that's not in contention. Guerrero was a key component for the Texas Rangers last year and had a really good year. They chose not to bring him back. So many teams, and it would have to almost certainly be an American League team in contention. I think they could use a veteran power bat like Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah, over 2,500 hits in his career.
That's a fair ball down the line.
There's another hit.
And he'll go to second with a leadoff double. So he was given a single in the second, and now he gets a double.
His 20th double of the year, not only over the 2,500 hits, 446 career home runs. And he has some of the funkiest swings you'll ever see, but boy, this guy can hit. 36-year-old Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, if he keeps playing and wants to play, he's a guy that might get 3,000 hits. And 500 home runs.
Has over 2,500 hits.
46 home runs.
Right. 1-0 to Wieters. 7 Oriole hits, and 6 of them bunched together in the 4-run second. Wieters doubled his last time up.
He got a pitch up and hit that ball into that right field corner with an RBI. Picked up his 45th RBI of the year.
3-0. Dunsing really struggled in the second.
60 pitches already. Trying to get the first out here in the 3rd inning.
And now 3-1. And a walk fills first base. So more trouble for Dunsing here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, first walk for Dunsing.
Every Friday, you've got a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Stop by a participating Arby's, pick up your Good Mood Food code, and then log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Fan Zone tab to enter. And while you're in the Fan Zone, you can enter to win to see the Lynx battle the Liberty at Target Center, but you've got to be 18 or older. First and second, nobody out. Here's Mark Reynolds. Hit hard to center. We'll see if Revere can track this one down. Nope. Over his head. And Reynolds, who should have had a double, now the ball bobbled out there. Now Reynolds is going to try for 3rd. And the throw not in time. 2-run score. Another very solidly hit ball off Brian Dunsing. And the Orioles are teeing off here in the 3rd.
Well, remember I said Reynolds, he does strike out a lot, but when he makes contact, boy, that ball just jumps off his bat. One hopping the fence. Now the ball kind of getting away from Ben Revere. He has to go down underneath to pick it up. And Reynolds thought about 2, but then seeing a little bit of a problem getting that ball back in, slides in safely.
Twins have to bring the infield in. They're already down 6-0. And the newest Twin, Lester Olivares, is already warming up. Driven deep to the right field corner. But slicing foul, 1 strike. Dunsing really getting cuffed around here in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Reynolds, remember, he got a single in the 2nd inning, but that was only because Valencia knocked down his hot flash hard drive down the line. There's Olivares.
Yeah, they give Reynolds a 2-run triple right there. Reynolds, his first triple of the year.
And that's a base hit to center, and Reynolds will score. So Dunsing hasn't retired anybody here in the third. And the fans are a little restless here, and they want to see a pitching change. And they're probably going to get one here sooner rather than later.
Oliveira's just getting up out of that in that bullpen.
Going to meet on the mound and buy some time, and Rick Stilmazik, the bullpen coach, will call the Twins when Oliveira is ready. It might not be for another batter. Reimold hit a 3-run home run on the first pitch he saw. There's a throw over to buy some time. And here comes Ron Gardner.
Yep. And they call the throw over just so Dunsing would throw over and then give Oliveira a couple more throws out in that bullpen.
Well, very disappointing outing for Brian Dunsing. He gives up 9 hits and so far 7 runs. And we'll have a pitching change here early with the Orioles up front big. Live from the Minnesota State Fair. Join us and members of the 147th Attack Battalion at the Minnesota National Guard booth located on the west side of the 4-H building. That was a week ago. The Twins traded Delman Young to the Baltimore Orioles. Reimold hitting a 3-run homer.
Yeah, to the Detroit Tigers, Delman Young went.
Right.
Well, that was a big blow in the second inning off of Brian Dunsing.
Lester Olivares came to the Twins. He pitched for the Tigers earlier this year, and he'll make his Twins debut here in the third.
Yeah, he made 9 appearances for the Tigers, and then after the trade, Twins sent him to Rochester, where he made a couple appearances. Pitched only 3 innings.
Outside ball 1. 8 innings for the Tigers over 9 games. 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 8 hits. Fouled back.
Olivares with a fastball. That last fastball 93. He'll throw that 2-seamer, the 4-seamer, hard slider, and a changeup. Just 23 years old, from Venezuela. Signed by the Tigers as a free agent back in 2005.
The endorsement from Jim Leland to Ron Gardenhire included the phrase "the electric stuff." So we'll see how it plays out here in a wide open ball game. The Orioles in front already 7-0. Bouncer to short. and a double play. It looked like it was a fastball that ate up Reimold.
I think it was a slider right there, and Reimold almost jammed himself right there and hit that ground ball. So the Twins get 2 quick outs here.
And the bases are empty for Ryan Adams.
Take a look at the pitch. You see it just kind of spun right there. Reimold hit the ground ball to Plouffe, over to Hughes, over to Mauer.
Adams doubled. Hit a shot to the gap in left center field. And a belt high strike at 92 miles per hour.
Yeah, the Orioles high on this young man right here, just 23 years old. He, in the minor leagues, hits 280, 290 every place that he's gone. Now getting an opportunity to get some major league at bats.
Again, in the absence of Brian Roberts, who's got concussion issues, but in the case of Roberts, they say it's self-inflicted. Late last year, after a frustrating at bat, he took the bat and popped himself on the helmet with the bat and gave himself the concussion. There's a strikeout and the pretty impressive Twins debut for Lester Olivares. Nevertheless, the Orioles add 3 more runs.
Hi, this is Jerry White of the Minnesota Twins. I'd like to say hi to all the men and women in the U.S. Military. Stay safe, come home soon, and we're still rooting for you here. Thank you.
Alfredo Simone's lead continues to mount. Our thanks to Jerry White for that message. Strike one to Danny Valencia, will be followed by Luke Hughes and Drew Butera. That's hit well to left field. And gone, a home run. Valencia with a solo home run right about where Reimold's 3-run home run landed.
Home run number 14 on the year for Danny Valencia. Pitch left up, and we've seen Danny, when he's able to extend his arms, able to get some pop and hit that ball a long way. Looked like a little spinner right there. And Danny, good solid swing, good contact, and a line drive home run.
Now Luke Hughes takes a strike. So it's 7-1. Pitches up, 1-1. Driven to right solidly, a base hit, and that's going to run past the right fielder Markakis, and Hughes has a stand-up double.
Well, the Orioles did it against the Twins. See if the Twins can do it against the Orioles. Luke Hughes with his 8th double of the year. And Simone leaving some pitches. That ball pretty much right down the heart of the plate. Good solid swing by Luke Hughes.
The Twins with a little bit of a pushback here in the 3rd inning. See what Butera can get done. Hitless last night, but he hit the ball hard all 3 times. And he takes a strike.
You know, you get back into this ball game. Yeah, you'd like to have a 4 and a 3-run ball game like the Orioles did, but a big bat right here for Butera. Got to get Hughes over to 3rd. So if he does make an out, hit it toward right field. And Butera behind an account 0-2.
Fastball for a strike, slider for a strike. Tapper, and the runner Hughes will advance. Hardy fires over to Reynolds, and Butera, the first out of the inning. Hughes goes to 3rd.
But that's a quality at bat right there for Butera, because he did at least do his job, and that's one thing that didn't happen yesterday a lot. That Twins weren't able to get a hit and drive in a run. But right there, Butera moving the runner up.
Here's Ben Revere, had a long at bat, ended up bouncing out to 2nd. Breaking ball, missing ball 1. Well, the Orioles have a couple of crooked numbers up on the board. 2 is a fairly crooked number. We'll get the Twins on the board anyway.
A big curveball right there for a strike to even the count. And with the infield playing back, just get the ball by the pitcher, and here comes another run for the Twins. That's how you get back in. Get back into the game.
And now out, and now Hughes is hung up between 3rd and home. He hesitated, and it's a double play. He hesitated and then came home, and the Twins' rally is snuffed out on a base running mistake. Is out.
Well, I think a lot. I mean, even Gardy, I think Jerry White, they thought they didn't know that Reynolds stepped on the bag because where he caught that ball. And Hughes kind of got caught in between. Take a look at this right here. Now watch Reynolds at the top of your screen. He goes over, he touched the bag, and then with Hughes hesitating between home and 3rd, now the rundown goes. And Dino over to the pitcher. And Simone ends up tagging him out.
But if he's going to try to come in from 3rd, he's got to go on contact.
Yeah, but the way that Jerry White, Ben Revere kind of stood at first base. I don't think they knew that Reynolds actually stepped on the bag for the 2nd out, and then the 3rd out was a rundown.
Fourth inning now. J.J. Hardy at the plate facing Lester Olivares. For Olivares, this is his 6th year of professional baseball. And he has been used almost exclusively as a relief pitcher. He made 2 starts for Rookie League ball back in 2006. But ever since then, he's been exclusively a relief pitcher. He's never logged a high number of innings. (3-0), and Hardy takes a strike. And we'll go from his minor league innings, because there are more of them than major league innings. 113 walks and 257 2/3 innings. 19 home runs allowed, 219 hits. So a low opponent batting average. But for some reason, he hasn't gotten a lot of time on the mound. Fouled back 3-2.
All right, like you mentioned, he does have the 321 strikeouts and 257 innings pitched in the minor leagues.
I mean, he's never thrown more than 60 innings in a season.
Well, see, he's a young guy that works out of the stretch position. That question was asked earlier: do you like the windup or the stretch? And Olivares likes the stretch.
3-2. Bounce to third. Valencia has the second hop. And over to Bauer, 1 away. Now we got 5/6, I believe, or 4/5.
4/5 yesterday.
Of the trivia question yesterday.
Yes,
and by
did.
our rules, which we set up 15 years ago, we got not only that question right last night, but we get a carryover of 3. So the question brought to you by AT&T tonight.
Oh, I got this one. Mark Belanger.
Who are the 2? He didn't hit 30 in his career, did he? Who are the 2 Orioles shortstops to hit 30 or more home runs in a season? Hardy might do that this year. 1 strike to Nick Markakis. 1-1.
Could one of them be Mr. Ripken? He came up as a shortstop, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's where he made his claim to fame. 1-1, and a ball driven down the left field line, but foul. Miguel Tejada, perhaps. He was with the Orioles for a while. Definitely not Mark Belanger. One and 2 to Markakis.
Belanger could not hit, but he could pick it. Great hands at short.
Busted bat, backhanded nicely by Valencia. He's going to have to hurry. Bauer digs out a low throw. Good play by both corner infielders.
Yeah, very nice play by Danny Valencia, going to his right, getting it over to Mauer as quick as possible, and Mauer in the stretch, stretching out and able to get that ball in his glove. Watch Danny, he's got a good arm, sets up. A little one hop right into the glove of Joe.
Ball almost got to Mauer on the fly. Ball 1. Matt Engel, the hitter. Engel entered the game when Jones left because of illness. 2-0.
Yeah, roster move today. They sent down Blake Davis and called up Engel.
Felix P.A. designated for assignment. Veteran outfielder. 2-1. Well, Olivares has got 5 outs from 4 batters. He's got 3 ground ball outs and a strikeout. He's got 3 ground balls. One was a double play grounder. Fouled away. Division leader Detroit trailing Tampa Bay 1-0 in the 7th inning. That game got started a half hour late because of a power outage in St. Petersburg, completely unrelated to the earthquake which hit the mid-Atlantic states.
5.9?
I guess. Sounds substantial enough.
Now, have you ever been in an earthquake?
The only time was last year, the day before the season started in Anaheim. Twins were working out at the stadium, and there was a 7.1 down in Mexico, and we felt it up in Southern California. Oliveira's pretty impressive. Remains to be seen whether the horse is out of the barn already. It's 7-1. By Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By AT&T. And by Miller High Life. Miller High Life is proud to sponsor Operation Home Base. Give a veteran a piece of the high life. Twins found themselves behind early 7-0. They've gotten one back. See what Trevor Plouffe can do to start a fourth-inning rally against Alfredo Simon. There's a strike on the outside corner. Plouffe, Mauer, and Morneau facing Simone. And there's a breaking pitch. 2 strikes to Plouffe. Got an infield hit, and then was thrown out trying to steal second with Morneau at the plate on first. Down the line, foul. Well, we went into the break talking about earthquakes, and I've only experienced one, but growing up in Southern California, it must have been a semi-weekly occurrence.
Well, it wasn't weekly, but usually, every other year there was some type of tremor out there that would wake us up or make us move around a little bit, make us fall off our bike as a kid. Hey, when you fall off your bike, you got to get right back on.
That's true. That's what I've been told. And a fastball down and away, and Plouffe goes fishing. 1 strike.
Simone
or 1 out.
Picking up his second strikeout.
Twins and Orioles close out the series Thursday afternoon, and it's a Sports Authority Value Pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch, get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are limited for the game, so call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Here's Mauer. Got a fly ball to left his first time up. Ball 1. Two and 0. Two and 1. Bouncer to second. Easy play for Adams. 2 down. Well, a lot of activity in Major League Baseball, with Arizona sending Kelly Johnson to Toronto for Aaron Hill and John McDonald. Colorado and Houston have some negotiating to do if Colorado wants Wandy Rodriguez. And then they ended up with Kevin Kuzminoff too.
Yeah, I don't know if Kuzminoff, when we played Oakland, they had sent him down to AAA. I don't know if he had been back up yet. But Kuzminoff now with the Rockies.
Popped up in the Rockies in 3rd place in their division, 8.5 games back. Fly ball to left and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Simone in the 4th. Second time in this homestand that the Twins have had a very short start. Nick Blackburn left in the 2nd inning the other day, and today Brian Dunsing knocked out in the 2nd inning, or excuse me, the 3rd inning. There's a pop-up behind first, and Mauer can't get the catch. It'll be a bloop single for Vladimir Guerrero. So Guerrero aboard with his 3rd hit, and he's only hit one of them hard. But he gets a leadoff single here in the 5th.
But that's Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, he will hit the ball hard, believe me, but he gets some of the ugliest hits you'll ever see. A big smile right there to Wayne Kirby, the first base coach.
There's our trivia answer. I'm going to go with Ripken and Takata, unless you got to answer the.
I'm going with Belanger. I know he had a 30 home run season.
Ripken in 1991.
I knew you had it.
Now ball 1 to Matt Wieters, who comes to the plate with Guerrero aboard, and Olivares pitching with a man aboard for the first time. Actually, one of his own runners. He inherited a couple of runners in the 3rd inning, or one runner.
Yeah, they got Reimold to hit into that double play. First batter he faced.
You mentioned Belanger. And for fans who aren't as old as I am, and there are more and more of those every day, sadly. But there was a time when a shortstop, his job was almost a defensive-oriented position. There were some good offensive shortstops, Louis Aparicio, but that was because of his speed. You never expected to get any power from a shortstop. And Zoilo Versalles won the MVP in '65 in part because he hit some home runs and doubles and triples. But you had a lot of players like Ron Hansen, and Mark Belanger.
Eddie
Brinkman, another one. And all they could do was field their position flawlessly, and they lasted for years and years and years.
Yes, they did. Great defensive players. Can you imagine that Baltimore Oriole ball club in the late 60s, early 70s with Brooks Robinson, Davy Johnson, then Bobby Grich came up, and Boo Powell, Paul Blair.
Well, Blair was a Gold Glove winning center fielder.
Yep. Frank Robinson, Ken Singleton.
It's ball 4 to Wieters, and now they're runners at first and second. But last night we showed the graphic in 1971. The Orioles had 4 20-game winners, and Mark Belanger was a big reason for that. He was just a superb defensive player.
Well, all those guys had to do was keep the ball in the ballpark. You had outfielders going to catch it too. And then all of a sudden, here comes Al Bunbury and Coggins. Boy, they could fly.
Here's Mark Reynolds, 2 on, nobody out here in the Oriole 5th. The Orioles jumped on Brian Dunsing, and he left the ball game with 7 runs, all of them earned in 2+ innings pitched. 10 hits already for the Orioles.
Yeah, 9 of those 10 hits coming off of Brian Dunsing, 2+ innings.
1-0 to Mark Reynolds, a single and a triple already in the ball game. Swing and a miss, 1-1. You're looking at a fastball, as you see there, 95 miles per hour. And a slider that, I don't know, I guess the jury's out as to how effective a pitch that's going to be for him. But a lot of life on that fastball. He got that up to 97.
In a good spot, just above the hands of the batter, Reynolds.
One and 2. And a liner into center field past a diving Luke Hughes. Guerrero around third. He's going to score, and it's 8-1. So it looked like he threw a changeup, something off speed, and Reynolds was waiting for it.
Yeah, it looked almost like the slider from my angle right here that Reynolds, he just left up, and Reynolds getting his 3rd hit, picking up his 3rd RBI. Take a look at the pitch. Yeah, a little spinner right there, and Reynolds hitting it right up the middle.
All right. Going to have a trip to the mound. Ron Gardenhire is going to come out and make a pitching change, looks like. With Olivares getting the Twins through the 3rd and 4th inning, but now immediate trouble for him in the 5th. And he'll come out of the ball game with Robert Andino hitting. But these are the Orioles, and in recent history the Twins have had their way with them.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to 2003, you see the record. Now, you know, we don't face the Orioles a lot like the Yankees and some of the other teams in the East, but Twins have had success against them, but Twins have been struggling as the Orioles have. Well, right now, with the Orioles winning last night, a comfortable lead of 8-1 right now in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out, a couple runners on. Alex Burnett coming into the ball game. making his 53rd relief appearance.
Robert Andino will hit against Burnett. We were talking earlier about how the Orioles have 13-man pitching staff, and that's not desirable. I sure hope the Twins don't have to go that route because of the short starts in this homestand. Inside ball one. Andino with an RBI single his last time up. And now 2-0.
Well, Chris Davis, who the Orioles got from the Texas Rangers, was playing first. He's on a disabled list, so that moved Reynolds from third to first and opened up a spot for this young man. Andino, 27 years old.
3-0. Down the middle, a strike. Andino popped up to Luke Hughes and then delivered an RBI single that ended up chasing Brian Dunsing from the game. Dunsing faced 4 batters in the third and was unable to get an out. 3-1, 2 men aboard, nobody out.
I see Dunsing still sitting on the bench.
And now 3-2.
Olivares. The 2 runners on are his responsibility.
Full count to Andino. Pulled to third. Valencia to Hughes. Hughes to Mauer, a double play, and the runner moves to third. So Burnett gets the ground ball hit to his third baseman, and they get 2 outs.
I remember Olivares came in the third inning. First batter he faced Reimold and hit into a double play. So a nice little 5-4-3 double play. And Wieters going to third.
And now Reimold will hit with a runner at third and 2 away. Ball 1.
Yeah, breaking ball just slipping out of the hands of Alex Burnett. Rick Anderson talking to the youngster.
Good to know him, of course, over the course of time. And see him in action more and more. But looks to have a good arm, but there must be some reason why he has not spent an awful lot of time on the mound with never having thrown more than 60 innings. Do you think it's lack of command of a breaking ball?
The breaking ball. A couple breaking balls I saw, they just kind of spun. He doesn't really get out front yet. So Rick Anderson, just words of encouragement right there.
Popped up short center field. Revere got a late start. He's got to come in, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So Burnett does what Olivares did in the third. It's still 8-1.
Got the sign all propped up. Hey, now, I just need just 5% of what he gets, and I'm all good, guys. Winner's circle for the Minnesota State Lottery, the lovely ladies from Belgrade, Minnesota. Belgrade, the home of Joe Mauer's godmother. They're going to score tonight with 100 scratch-off tickets from the State Lottery. Barbara, I know your sister would love to be here, but she's got a special message for our guy, Bert.
Hey, Bert, my sister Lorraine says hi. She's got her T-shirt on that's got a picture of you and her, and it says on the back, "You have hereby been circled, Lorraine." Signed, Bert Lilevan.
And that autograph, guys, is worth a little bit more now because it was written down before the young man went into the Hall of Fame. We've got them all here from Belgrade. We've even got baby Joe Mauer up here. It's very fun.
Well, congratulations, and Lorraine, if you're listening, you are hereby circled again.
Michael Kadire striking out. Belgrade a little bit south of El Rosa, a little bit south and east of Bruton. And up the road just a little bit from Georgeville in central Minnesota.
The Orioles have been putting up hits. Simone has been doing a very good job of retiring the Twins. Now on 53 pitches. 4 1/3 innings. No walks, 3 strikeouts. He's given up 3 hits to the Twins.
Inside, 2-0 to Jason Kubel, who struck out swinging in the second. So far, it's been an awful night for the Minnesota Twins. We'll see if they can turn things around in the second half of this game. 3-0. Twins down 8-1. Kubel will be taking here, and he takes a strike. Kubel and then Valencia. Twins have had 3 hits against Simone, an infield hit. And Valencia's home run, Hughes' double. Here's a fly to left. And it's carrying back, but Reimold on the track has enough room. Seems to be a night when the ball is carrying here tonight. Kubel the other way. Comes up a little bit short, out number 2. You can get involved in our broadcast. Let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234.
I think any place we go, Dick, you see always when it's a little more humid and you can see the guys, you know, they're sweating a little bit out there, that the ball does carry a little bit further.
Remember very early on when I started broadcasting a long time ago, I learned that lesson. You think it would be just the opposite. The heavy air, the humidity, you'd think that the ball wouldn't carry as well, and it's just the opposite. Down and away, 1-1.
That's why in Oakland and Anaheim, you know, it's that damp air that just kind of brings that ball back to earth a little bit. Hard to hit them out there.
Inside to Valencia, 2-1. Orioles with 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth. The Twins got their run in the third inning. Twins just have not done much offensively, and you mix that in with some poor starting pitching, and it's been a very rough homestand. It's been rough since the All-Star break, really.
Yeah, good curveball right there by Simone.
2-2.
Yeah, again, the Twins are 14-24 since the All-Star break. The pitching has been very inconsistent.
Foul tip. Valencia ejected from the game last night by then home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. Valencia regretted the whole exchange with Wendelstedt. Said it was the first time he's been ejected and probably the last time. Did not hear either of those comments from manager Ron Gardenhire.
Well, it was only the 60th time for Gardy.
The Bobby Cox holds the all-time record, 250 something, I think. But Gardy came out and got ejected just to protect his player.
Right. That's a manager's job. You know, Tom Kelly didn't do a lot of that, but this guy does.
2-2. Valencia trying to connect here and keep the 5th inning alive with 2 out. 3-2 with Hughes on deck. Valencia's had a kind of a hot and cold season. Some good things to like, some things not to like. But one thing that will put him in good stead for next year, he has been durable. And in this season, where virtually no one else has been durable, Valencia at least has been able to get out there and play every day, or just about every day. And as the Twins look forward to 2012, they're really going to be looking forward to and trying to find players who can be durable.
Ooh.
Slow breaking ball, and he dropped down a little sidearm but missed for a walk.
Now the first walk by Simon. And that ball looked like it just missed.
Take the Twins with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv and see every Twins game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. In-market blackout rules do apply. Hughes takes ball 1. Simon was thought in the offseason, before his legal issues arose, to be a candidate to perhaps close at some point for the Orioles. Kevin Gregg has been doing that. Time for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink high-speed internet.
Well, Dunsing 2+ innings did not fare too well here tonight. He was clocked as high as 94, and Simon at 95. Yeah, Simon last year had 17 saves out of that bullpen for the Orioles, 2 of them coming against the Twins.
3-0. Simon issuing his first walk with 2 out to Valencia. Now he's in danger of walking Hughes. Down the middle, a strike. No activity in the Baltimore pen. 70 pitches for Simon on the night. High fly to left center. We'll see how much carry that has. To the warning track and right at the base of the wall. Center fielder Matt Angle makes the catch, and the Twins are done in the 5th.
For a look at tomorrow's Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems weather forecast for the Twins here at Target Field. Breezy and cooling off significantly. Tomorrow by first pitch, temperatures will be in the middle 70s with winds out of the northwest.
Kyle Rudolph, the Vikings rookie tight end for Notre Dame, participated in the Vikings preseason opener at Tennessee. And playing in that game was the end of a long road back for Kyle. You can log on to foxsportsnorth.com to read about his journey. On to the 6th inning now. Twins down 8-1. And ball 1 to Ryan Adams.
Yeah, Alex Burnett starting his inning right here. He got out of the 5th inning, helping Oliveros get out of that inning. A double play and a pop-up to Revere.
Adams pops it up back into the seats. One and one. The Orioles second baseman. Off the handle of the bat. Might have cracked his bat. 2 strikes. Davis gets a new stick. He has the handle taped with white tape, both on the one he got rid of and this bat. Down and in, 2-2.
Hitters are so picky about their bats, and you can see the white tape right there. A little extra grip.
Fly ball to center field. Revere coming in. Usually, at least when I was growing up, it was always black electrician's tape that you used to tape up the handle of the bat from the town team. They cracked the bats, and then we had to nail them back together, nail the crack shut, put the electrician's tape over the handle of the bat. And then
I used to sit in the clubhouse and watch guys, work their bat, over and over, and they got it just the way they like it, and then the first time they'd go up the bat and it'd break. I used to laugh.
That's just mean.
No, they put a lot of hard work into it.
And then it's gone.
Yeah, but they always had a backup.
1-1 to J.J. Hardy.
I remember at Cooperstown when I held that bat from Babe Ruth, and he had all the notches of all the home runs he hit. The bats had to be different back then, or the balls or something, but you see so many bats cracking today and breaking. Where back then, my goodness, there must have been 24 notches in this one bat that Babe Ruth used. It's incredible.
Great stop again by Valencia. He'll have no play, but that's twice he's taken a double away down the line from an Oriole batter tonight.
Well, Danny reaching out, able to knock that ball into his glove, but realizing once he got up, he had no chance to get J.J. Hardy. So Hardy with his second hit.
That'll bring up Markakis. What'd you use for bats when you were growing up as a kid? Did you have smaller bats?
We had the old Tommy Davis model.
A full-length adult bat.
The Tommy Davis model.
Okay. But you didn't
just
have
a
little
wooden
league
bat.
Yeah, but you didn't have little league bats. The shorter ones, 31 inches.
Yeah, I don't recall whose name was on that. Nellie Fox, I believe.
The big
thick handles.
Handle was about as thick as the barrel. 1 strike to Markakis. See, in western Minnesota, even as kids, we were just little 7-year-old kids, but we had to swing the lumber from the town team because those were the only bats we had. We had to choke up to
aluminum bats weren't out.
No. Well, we had to choke up to the trademark just to be able to swing the batter up.
That's how you became a punch and Judy.
That's right. And the knob would hit you in the ribs when you swung. It was terrible. Popped up, back and out of play.
Well, what you should have done is at the old Met, they always had bat day.
Right.
Remember they give everybody the bats? I'm sure you could have used those. At least once.
2 strikes to Markakis. That's hit to center field, and Revere's going to try to chase it down. Easy play for him. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Matt Angle. Seems like the summer's flown by. The best evidence this weekend is Target's back-to-school weekend. The Twins hosting Detroit. Saturday, the game starts at 3:10, and the first 5,000 fans 14 and under will get a cool Twins pencil pouch. Call 800-33-TWINS and check on ticket availability for Saturday.
Well, we have Lois, who's celebrating her 76th birthday up here in the booth with her husband Lon. Welcome up to the booth. You are Circle Me Bert contestants. There's beautiful Lois at 76 years old. I'm proud that you're not afraid to say how old you are, Lois. I'm 105. You didn't know that.
Bouncer to second. And they'll flip the short floof there to end the inning. And Burnett pitches a scoreless 6.
We're here by Circle, and this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
To this point, there hasn't been anything in this game that's worth disseminating. I don't know that there's a threat of that happening, but we'll see. Drew Butero will lead off the 6th inning. Swing on a foul. 2 strikes. Simone's done a nice job. Granted, he was given 4 early runs to work with.
Well, he's done exactly what you do with early runs, and that's throw strikes, attack the strike zone. Only 1 walk in a ball game, 3 strikeouts. He's given up only 3 hits. 1 of them left the ballpark off the bat of Danny Valencia.
Swing and a miss. Butero's gone on strikes. 3rd inning in a row where Simone has started the inning with a swinging strikeout. In-game box score, not much there again. Brought to you by Pepsi Max.
Yeah, just the single by Trevor Plouffe, and that was an infield single. Danny Valencia with his home run, his 14th of the year, and Luke Hughes adding a double after the home run by Danny in the 3rd inning, his 8th double of the year.
Ben Revere, the hitter, and he takes strike 1. Revere with a couple of ground balls to the right side in the 3rd inning. Score was 7-1. Twins had Luke Hughes at 3rd with 1 out. And Revere hit a ground ball to the first baseman, and Hughes hesitated and then tried to score. Revere was retired at first. Then they threw home and got Hughes in a little bit of a rundown for the 3rd out. That was really the last threat the Twins have had. They haven't gotten a hit nor have they gotten a man in scoring position since.
Yeah, Twins have left only one man on base through the first 5+ innings.
1-2. That's a foul ball, finally called by first base umpire Jerry Lane. So Revere, who provided really the lone highlight for the Twins last night with his incredible catch against the center field fence. Trying to get his first hit here tonight. Struck him out, 2 down.
And Simone picking up his 5th strikeout. While throwing strikes, good fastball right there. And Revere swings through. Little sink on that fastball.
Trevor Plouffe will hit with 2 gone in the 6th. Still mid-90s velocity, and at the knees for strike 1.
Good movement on that fastball, inner half of the plate. One originally signed by the Phillies back in 1999.
One and two. Buck Showalter and the Orioles really struggling on the road, even with last night's win here at Target Field, just 19-42 away from Camden Yards, and they've taken it to the Twins so far in the first 2 games. 1-2. Two and two.
Simone put into the rotation in early July, making his 9th start of the year, his 16th appearance. Longest outing 7. He went 7 twice.
Busted bat and a bouncer to third. And Dino across the way. 1, 2, 3. The Twins go down on the 6th. McDonald's. Quench your thirst. Get any soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more. Unfortunately, the Twins going through their bullpen on another night when they got a short start. Jose Majaras next in line.
Yeah, Brian Dunsing worked 2+ innings. Olivares worked 2 innings. Alex Burnett worked 2 innings. And now Jose Majaras making his 45th relief appearance.
Vladimir Guerrero, first man to face him here in the 7th. See what Revere does with this one.
Oh, can of corn.
Guerrero should have learned last night, don't hit it out there. Revere's probably going to catch it. 3 hits for Guerrero, and he's finally retired here leading off the 7th. Matt Wieters will hit. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. And Matt Wieters has reached all 3 times with a couple of walks and an RBI double. In the middle of the lineup that's done most of the scoring. You have Reimold with a 3-run homer and Andino with an RBI single. But Guerrero, Wieters, and Reynolds have scored 7 of the 8 runs. So they've gotten on base and been able to come around to score. Three and 0. A strike on the outside corner. Same spot, same call. Full count to the Baltimore catcher. Ooh, just missed the spot that time.
Yeah, 3rd time that Wieters has walked in this ball game.
A 1-out walk putting Wieters aboard. You can join Fox Sports North at the Minnesota State Fair August 25th through Labor Day. Stop by the new location, 1311 Underwood Street, across from the Ballpark Cafe. Register for the Sony State Fair viewing party presented by Home Furniture on Wednesday the 31st at 12:30 when the Twins take on the White Sox. Watch the Twins on the big screen Sony TVs. Register to win tickets to your favorite hometown team. You can record a free sports update. Log into foxsports.com. Click on the event banner for complete details. And now Butera to come out and get Majaras back in the strike zone. One and 0 to Mark Reynolds. Two and 0. Oakland got a quick 6-0 lead on the Yankees, and then they hung on for dear life. Yankees stranded the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th, and Oakland won 6-5. That means that the Red Sox, if they beat Texas, they're up 7-4 in the 7th, would jump into a virtual tie for first place with the Yankees in the East. 2-1. Cracked bat. A nauseating sound. And Reynolds will go get a new bat. And again, it's kind of a moot point because, boy, barring a major collapse by either the Yankees or the Red Sox, they're both going to the playoffs anyway.
You see Tampa Bay try to hold on, but It's going to be a struggle now. They do have some games left with the Yankees in Boston. Toronto 13 games back, and the Orioles coming into play 29 games back.
Fouled back by Reynolds. Still 2-2. There will be no wild card from the American League Central. White Sox are 13.5 games back at 500. Indians 13 games back. The Angels have made it a race again in the West. Texas is losing, and the Angels are hosting the White Sox in a little 2-game series.
Yeah, Angels have won their last 4 ball games. Still 4.5 games behind the Rangers.
And now 3-2. And again, that's the frustration for the Twins, as they were just 5 games back as recently as July 20th.
I think the feel-good story are the Brewers, what the Brewers are doing.
Reynolds strikes out number 2.
Brewers 47-16 at home, and they have a 9-game lead coming into today's play over the Cardinals. Look at that, 9 games. Wow.
They have put the pedal to the metal and put a lot of distance between themselves and the Cardinals. And Dino takes a strike. And now a ball. Everybody's going to have to chip in here tonight to get through this 9-inning game. A couple games ago, Nick Blackburn left early because of an injury. Up the middle. Plouffe flips it to Hughes. Nice play by Trevor Plouffe. He gets force out at second. Get the Twins off the field in the 7th, and it's time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica. Grand Casino story of the game, and the 2nd inning is where the Orioles open it up.
An ugly 2nd inning. 6 hits for the Orioles, highlighted by the 3-run home run by Reimold. You see a lot of hits right there. Olivares making his debut in a Twins uniform. First batter he faced hit into a double play. Pitched a couple innings, gave a couple hits, 1 run with a walk and a strikeout.
Home half of the 7th. Joe Mauer will lead things off. He's 0 for 2. A fly to left and a ground ball to second. Alfredo Simon still out there throwing his 87th pitch. It's a strike to Mauer. Mauer, Morneau, and Kadire. And a strike. Two of them now to Mauer. That drifts away. There's been a changeup.
Yeah, again, only 3 hits for the Twins so far in this ballgame. The last hit, the Luke Hughes double, after the home run by Danny Valencia.
Tap foul. This homestand, the Twins had 9 runs in one game. And in the other 5, counting this one, they've scored 7 runs. 4 in the first game, lost to the Yankees 8-4. One and 2 to Mauer. And a ground ball to short. Hardy across the way. Mauer retired, 1 away. And that'll bring up Morneau. Morneau's average down to 215. He has now had 246 at bats on the season. And as the Twins wind up the month of August and into September, provided he's physically able to, I think Morneau wants to be in there as much as he possibly can. Down the left field line, and a foul ball.
Well, you want to find a positive somewhere for a lot of these Twins hitters.
You know, we talked about Valencia, and at least he's been able to play every day. I think Morneau, who a couple of years ago played in all 163 games, he wants to prove to himself that all the injuries, the concussion, everything are behind him.
Right.
And he can look forward to 2012 and hopefully, be the productive hitter that he was before the concussion last year. 1 and 2. We've said it so many times this year, ability without durability really doesn't matter in the big leagues. You've got to be able to play every day as Morneau did before he, a couple of years ago, it was a stress fracture in his back. 2 and 2. 3 and 2. Kadire on deck.
I'm guessing he's going to get a fastball away right here. Let's see what he does with it.
On the changeup.
Pull the string. Well, Simone picks up his 6th strikeout.
Simone shook off Wieters and then dropped a changeup. Got a swinging strike. Tomorrow, another Rasmussen College Student Day. Twins hosting the Orioles at 7:10. Standing room only tickets are half price for students with valid ID. Tickets are available on the day of game only, and they're limited, so make your plans to come out early. For more information about Rasmussen College Student Days, visit twinsbaseball.com. Strike 1 to Michael Kadire. What makes the status of Morneau and Mauer span, if he comes back, he was sent away from the team today for a week just to get away from the game and see if that'll help the migraine issue. Check swing. As there are with every team, there are players like Kadire and Kubel. Their status next year isn't known.
Right.
They'll be playing somewhere. Might be with the Twins. They'd like to have them back, but that remains to be seen. Jim Thome, another one. If he wants to play, will it be here or will it be someplace else? So among those under contract for years to come, Mauer, Morneau, Span. You've got the issue of what can be expected of them in terms of durability next year. Chopper up the line, a foul ball.
And those we can only guess, Dick. You can't, we don't have a crystal ball up here. Kubel, a free agent at the end of the year, as Jim Thome is, as Michael Kadire. I'm sure they'll test the market.
Out of the bullpen, Caps, Nathan. Simone keeps cutting through the Twins. Another 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. Well, Nolan Reimold with a 3-run home run, and that opened the game up in the second inning.
Yeah, 4-0 lead, and then the Orioles added 3 more in the third inning to take a 7-0 lead. Twins added 1 on Danny Valencia's home run. That's been it. Only 3 hits for the Twins, 12 hits for the Orioles, and they lead 8-1.
On to the 8th inning. Reimold, Adams, and Hardy to face Jose Majares, who did not give up a hit, facing 4 batters in the 7th, and there's strike 1. Valencia going to his left. He's had a busy day over there.
Really has.
Makes a nice play out number 1.
Yeah, he's made every play. He's knocked balls down to save maybe an extra base hit. Going to his left, going to his right. Not too many balls have hit right at him.
So 1 down, and here's Ryan Adams. Adams with a double his first time up.
Yeah, again, Adams just playing in his 11th major league game. That double was his first extra base hit at the major league level.
One and one. And on one hop. First hop kind of skipped to Hughes. He makes the play out number 2. Back to the top of the order, and J.J. Hardy. Hardy had an oblique pull early on with the Orioles, and even he said he thought, oh, here we go again, another injury-plagued season. But he's come back, stayed in the lineup. He's got an ankle injury he's dealing with now. but he's picked up 2 more hits here tonight and lined out to start the ball game. Strike 1. Remember, he had the wrist injury last year, and he suffered it sliding into third base, getting a big late game triple for the Twins, and he simply put his right hand down to in a slide, and he jammed his wrist, and it never really got better.
Yeah, that in early May.
Yeah. Fouled back, 1-2. So the Orioles acquired him. He's been healthy, productive. They signed him to a contract extension, and now they're going to have him at short for the next 3 years.
I hit a career high 26 home runs back in 2007 with the Brewers. Right now at 24 home runs.
2-2.
I mentioned it yesterday. You know, a new batting stance for him as far as where his hands are, a little bit away from his body, almost at his waist. Ooh, just missing.
3-2. Tough July, but a red hot August. Driven hard. Oh, Plouffe was able to knock it down, but that's it. Hardy gets his 3rd hit, a 2-out single in the 8th. He really blistered that ball.
Let's take a look at Trevor Plouffe leaping up as high as he can. The ball hit off his glove. Got in the webbing and just kind of got out of his glove.
Almost blew through the webbing. A 2-out single for Hardy, and that gets Markakis to the plate. One strike. And now a ball. Orioles with 4 runs in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, added 1 in the 5th. Twins getting just the solo home run from Valencia in the 3rd. And now 2-1. Just about a year ago, Buck Showalter took over in Baltimore. There's the Yankees, the Diamondbacks, the Rangers. Check swing foul. 2-2. And Maharis misses with a fastball. 3-2. 2 gone. And Hardy at first will take off early. Mauer's been playing behind him throughout this whole at bat.
Maharis trying to go that little extra right here where, you know, you have a short start from the starter. It puts more innings in that bullpen.
This will be his 35th pitch, which will mean he's burnt up for tomorrow's game. And a breaking pitch, flip foul. That's why when you have these short starts and you have 2 of them in a short period of time, it stresses out your bullpen to the point where you hope the Twins don't have to, but you can almost see them adding a 13th pitcher just to get through the rest of the homestand.
Puts more pressure on tomorrow's starter, and that being Kevin Slowey against Jeremy Guthrie. So hopefully Slowey can go deep into the ball game.
Twins don't have an off day till a week from Thursday. And Markakis dribbles a ground ball to Hughes, and that ends the inning. A couple of scoreless innings for Maharis. The Orioles up by 7.
Baltimore leads 8-1, bottom of the 8th. Stay with us after the game for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. As always, it includes the Toyota postgame wrap. We'll take a look at what went wrong. One of the few things that went right, Danny Valencia delivered a deep blast to left. Our instruction will put you out there and teach you how to make diving stops, just like we saw Danny V make tonight, and you won't want to miss what Rod and Gardenhire have to say after this one. Guys, it's been a tough homestand.
Kubel lifts it foul. Now, we have a cast on the postgame show of Kevin Gord, Ron Coomer, and
Anthony LaPanta, I believe.
I don't think Anthony is Anthony around. Okay, all right, and you. So somebody's going to make some diving stops.
I guess it's going to be Anthony. He's the youngest.
This is where we need to involve our viewers. This is where we need to have our viewers text who they want to try to make a diving stop at third.
I'm pulling somebody out of the stands.
1-2 to Kubel. And a pop up to left.
I can guarantee you one thing. It will not be me.
One down in the bottom of the 8th inning.
The longest outing of the year so far for Alfredo Simon. 7 1/3 innings. Again, Twins have not had a hit since the 3rd inning.
Valencia, a home run to left, leading off the 3rd, and that's been the only Twins run. Inside, ball 1.
Do you want to do the instructional? Would you like to come down and dive?
I have critical duty up here in the booth. If pretty much if I don't do what I do up here, the whole post-game show melts down. So I've got to stay up here.
Well, why don't I stay up here and you go down and do it?
That's not the, they cast people in certain roles. Your role as a former major leaguer, here's a drive to center field, is to instruct the youth or the adults of America on the finer points of baseball. My role up here.
And that is diving?
Well, in tonight's instructional, yes.
Oh, okay.
No better place to gather your business.
But I'm not going to be diving, so I know I have to go down there.
I'm reading the promo.
Okay, go ahead.
Business, church, or family group than Target Field. And there's some dates in the final month of the season that might be perfect fit for your group outing. Give a call to 833-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com BALATMIN.com/groups to check out all the options available to groups of 25 or more. And we'll see you here at the ballpark.
I know we have Peter and Matt sometimes go down there and help out, but is that part of their job to go down and dive?
See, now if I'm a viewer at home, and I'm not, again, I've got the critical duty up here.
Now, wouldn't you want to see a guy like Ron Coomer doing it?
I'd much rather see a 60-year-old man with an artificial hip diving to his right and left. I would pay money to see that. We should put it on pay-per-view instead of giving it to the viewers free.
Yeah. I agree. So they're not going to get it free. Because I ain't doing it.
1-2.
Anybody out in a booth up here wants to go down and dive? I'm getting a lot of no's. Oh, they all have bad hips. Good, we got a bunch of old people out there with bad hips.
It's been all Orioles here. It's 8-1 as we go to the 9th inning. And Joe Nathan coming out of the bullpen to pitch to Baltimore in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, Joe just needs some work right here. And he'll get an inning's worth here in the 9th inning with the Twins down 8-1. Nathan making his 39th appearance.
He'll face Matt Engel, Vladimir Guerrero, and Matt Wieters. Engel entered the game in the 2nd inning. Adam Jones started as the center fielder and the 3rd place hitter. He left after the 1st inning because of illness. Here's a liner to Mauer, one away. And Engel came in the game for him and has gone now 0 for 4, one down. Here's Guerrero. 3 hits, only 1 hit with authority, and a fly ball to center.
Yeah, Engel hitting this ball sharply, but right at Joe Mauer.
One strike. The Indians split their doubleheader with the Mariners. A split doubleheader, night game. Shin-Soo Choo with a walk-off home run in the first game, but 12-7 the Mariners won the nightcap. So Cleveland will either lose a half game or gain a half game on Detroit. They're 1 out away from beating Tampa Bay 2-1. 2-1. So it'll either be a 5-game lead for the Tigers or a 6-game lead over Cleveland. And then Chicago opening up a series in Anaheim. They're trailing 2-0 early on in Southern California. Fly ball to left. And Kubel hardly has to move. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Wieters. Wieters has reached all 4 times the last 3 times on free passes.
Yeah, by 3 different pitchers.
Down and in, ball 1.
Yeah, bullpen's done a good job. Again, Dunsing not able to get out of the 3rd inning. Just 2+ innings. Bullpen so far 6 1/3 innings. They've allowed only 4 hits, 1 run. And Dunsing still sitting on the Twins bench.
And the Twins need Dunsing to catch a 2nd or a 3rd wind here. The news on Nick Blackburn, by the way, encouraging. No structural damage to the elbow. He has, what was the word? An entrapped nerve, I believe is how they described it. And it's just something that will be relieved through rest, and they hope that he will come back and pitch.
Actually, I've never heard of an entrapped nerve before.
I hadn't heard of it either, but it's better than a torn ulnar collateral ligament.
Oh, yes. Hopefully through a little rest and some treatment, it'll be as good as new.
And I would think from the pitcher's standpoint, it would be important for Blackburn to come back and make a couple of starts at the end of the year. Similarly, Scott Baker to come back to eliminate some doubts they might have going into the offseason.
And the organization.
Yeah. 2-2 to Wieters. And another 3-ball count.
Well, Joe tried to slide her right there on a 2-2 pitch, missed low.
Fourth straight walk from Matt Wieters.
I just found out that Ron Coomer or I will not be diving. It's Matt Gorley that will be diving, I guess, on these plays.
Oh, really?
In the instructional, yes. Poor Matt.
Well, here's Reynolds, who will hit after Wieters.
I want to know what Anthony LaPanta does down there. He's young. He should be able to dive on plays like that. I'm going to request Anthony when I get down there.
Big swing and a miss, 1 strike.
Since you have to stay up here.
Well, again.
I know you would do it if you
the place would get there in a handbasket if I left. I know that. Fouled away. 2 strikes.
Mark Reynolds, good day at the plate. Infield single in his first at bat that Valencia made a nice play down that line that we're going to use in the instructional probably. And then the 2-run triple in the 3rd inning, and then an RBI single in the 5th.
And high and tight, 1 and 2. Well, we just got the clarification as to what ulnar nerve entrapment is.
It's a nerve that's trapped. You know, Dan Gladden's next door. Maybe we'll get Gladden
it says
to
right
go
here.
down.
You can find it on your phone now. Ulnar nerve entrapment occurs when the ulnar nerve in the arm becomes compressed, and when this happens, the nerve does not function normally.
Oh.
So half swing, and that's the end of the inning. Nathan faces 4 men, throws 15 pitches, and the Twins head to the bottom.
Get Dan Gladden to go down there with us.
Alfredo Simon had an early lead, and he never let the Twins up for air.
No, longest outing of the year for Simon. 8 innings, 3 hits allowed. Twins got their last hit in the 3rd inning. 1 run, got the home run off the bat of Danny Valencia. A walk and 8 strikeouts through 114 pitches.
Game reset. The Orioles with a 4-run second, a 3-run third. They've been coasting until the bottom of the 9th. Now they take Simon out of the ball game.
Hey, you see Vladimir Guerrero Raymond with the 3-run home run. Mark Reynolds with 3 hits, 14 hits for the Orioles. And a former Twin on the mound to start the 9th inning, Willie Air. Willie Air with the Twins back in 2006. Signed by the Twins back in 1999. He's had some injuries that have really kind of hurt him throughout the last couple of years. Had the Tommy John surgery in 2007. And just making his 5th appearance out of that Oriole bullpen, getting called up on August 12th.
Rene Tassoni is hitting for Drew Butera. Butera, Revere, and Plouffe here in the Twins' 9th inning. Two strikes.
Fastball, there's the curveball. Air 33 years old. Before joining the Orioles, the last time he was at the major league level was with the Rangers in 2009.
Two strikes. And now 1-2. Unless the Twins come back here, as unlikely as that might be. If they don't, this will be another home series that the Twins won't win. Best they can do is split, winning tomorrow night and Thursday afternoon. Then the Tigers come in for 3. Pop up short center field. Hardy out. Makes the catch, 1 away.
A nice little basket catch by J.J. Hardy. Hardy going back. Catching that ball on the run for the first out.
And now Ben Revere. Strike one.
Twins got shut out here on Sunday 3-0. Scored only 1 run last night. And able to only put 1 run on the board so far here tonight. Now last night they had chances to score some runs with some good 2-out hitting. They were unable to do that. Well, here tonight, my goodness, Simone just pitched great.
My. Revere will get credit for a hit. Air, for some reason, fielded it. It looked like it very likely was going to trickle foul, but he picked it up and threw wildly to first, and Revere should get credit for an infield hit.
Well, watch Air get over there, and what he does is he has to get this ball behind Ben Revere and then try to flip it over to Reynolds. And Reynolds kind of in front of the bag on the fair side. Now, if he reaches out because where Air is and keeps his foot on the bag, Ben Revere might have been out. But instead, he'll give Revere an infield base hit.
First Twins hit since the 3rd inning. Mark Burley's the only guy who can make that play. You got to swat it with your glove, flip it between your legs to the first baseman.
And that was what, April of last year?
Opening day, I think, last year.
Yeah.
It's still one of the great fielding plays I've ever seen a pitcher make. Of course, I just saw you toward the tail end of your career.
Pitchers are the best athlete, of course. I think DeMatre showed that about 3 weeks ago.
Popped up down the right field line and a long run from Markakis. Actually, not that long at all. It hangs up there long enough for him to make the catch out number 2.
Yeah, you go out there and run, see how long it is.
You want me to do belly flops at third, now you want me to run in the outfield. 2 down, here's Mauer. Well, Jim Leland picked a bad year to quit smoking. He had Jose Valverde scare him most of his save opportunities, but succeed. And now tonight he tried Phil Cope for a couple innings, and Phil Cope ran into a big threat, but ended up getting the save against the Rays. So Detroit wins 2-1, and it's a 6-game lead over Cleveland and Chicago right now. Revere goes on defensive indifference. Strike 1 to Mauer.
Well, you know what, Dick, with the Tigers coming in, and there's some more games between all the teams in our division that are ahead, Chicago, Cleveland, and Detroit, and that's what the Twins have to do is, keep their head up and maybe spoil the, help the Indians get back into the race, help Chicago get back into the race, and then when you face them,
it makes me bristle. Makes me bristle just to even hear you say that. Help the White Sox get back in the race.
And then when you play the White Sox, then you get them out of the race.
Okay. And Wieters will go to the mound.
Well, runner at second base. I'm sure they just want to make sure what sign is used. No stolen base for Ben Revere.
Kansas City beat Toronto, so unless the Twins can pull a rabbit out of their hat here, it's just going to be a 2.5 game difference between the Twins and the Royals. The Royals come to town and stomp the Twins again tonight. And Anthony LaPanta, the Twins really struggling overall, and it's a shame in front of the big crowds they're getting here at Target Field.
And they've now lost 13 of their last 16 on their home field tonight. Just 1 hit after the 3rd inning. We'll show you how the Orioles shut down the Minnesota lineup. We'll take a look at a night where Danny Valencia went deep. Our instructional takes you to the hot corner. We'll hear from Gardy next on Twins Live.